Just letting you know, I hit the live thing, and just as you said, shit.
Exactly. Shit is what's going on in the current economy in America right now. Shit.
So, yeah, doing a community offensive stream just because we didn't get to all the political stuff in the pre-show politics thing. I do want to point out some of the stuff you sent me on Twitter. I showed to Mrs. Vile, and she kind of said that that's not necessarily what's going on.
Okay, that's why I sent it to you, and that's only you. So I'm like, yeah.
Apparently, there are joint exercises going on between the Mexican military and the U.S. military near Mexico City.
Okay.
This is stuff that has been planned for months, so it's not a big deal. Although I definitely would understand if Mexico starts to do what the things suggested. Building up resources next to the border. Because let's face it, the U.S. accidentally invaded Mexico last month, so they could do it again.
I know. Yeah, they're not going to send them near Panama, but it might be near the U.S. border.
So, I'll wait till more people join before we go into it too much. Because as I said, one of the things I wanted to talk about was what happened at the Minnesota school. And how you doing, Dandelion?
Good to see you again. Just had a nice chat with Yvette, so that was good.
How is she?
Is she going to be able to join?
No, she is miraculously still alive.
I haven't heard anything from her in a while. So what's been going on?
Well, you know how she had like her heart issues?
Vaguely.
They've got worse. I think she's down to like half of her heart is only working at like a fraction of the percentage of what a heart should be working at. So anyway. Like 3 months ago, let's put it this way, 3 months ago, they gave her a month to live.
Oh, damn. Yeah. I didn't know about that.
Yep. But here she is still with us because she is one tough woman.
Woohoo.
So cheers, Yvette. If you're listening, good for you. We love you and we wish you the best.
Oh, yeah.
Probably tell you more. He's chatting with them more regularly.
Although it's only on the reviews. She does appear on the reviews as an executive producer because she was my longest Patreon supporter for the longest time. So,
LVG, I zoomed in on your screen, but I cannot make out who that icon is on your bottom one. Oh, okay. I couldn't make out who that was.
And what's funny is as I started to create this stream, I got an email from StreamYards telling me you've used 12 of your free 20 hours for this month.
Oh.
So
that's why I love the underground. I could have free all day long and never get that message from StreamYard.
Yeah, because you don't broadcast it.
Yeah. Which is I thought that was kind of funny. But now that we got somewhat of a panel going on, one of the things I thought was kind of interesting about the Minnesota shooting, the Minnesota school thing, someone posted a video of what happened. And in the text of the video, like at the bottom, they added a newspaper headline from last year, earlier. Yeah, it was last year now. God, it's January. Back in last February, where Trump basically said that, schools are not going to be excluded from ICE raids. And what was interesting is they said that the video was misleading because of that quote, and tried to say that video had to be fake because Minnesota has closed all their schools. And literally was trying to explain to them Minnesota closed their schools because of the events that occurred in this video.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, because that video is obviously from last year because of the newspaper quote they used. And it's like, no, the quote is from last year. The events are from, at the time, that day.
The governor made the announcement. The public school director made the announcement. Teachers are making the announcement. Parents are upset they have to have their kids at home. Like, yeah, the school's closed because of what happened. Not because of daycare scandal shit.
I'm not familiar with what story this is. What happened?
Okay. ICE decided to raid a high school in Minnesota to arrest students and teachers who are undocumented or on visas.
Okay.
Basically, a single teacher tried to stop them. They arrested him, but he was a U.S. citizen, so they ended up having to let him go. But because of, pandemonium erupted, they started firing, from what I understand, tear gas rounds at the students.
Oh my God.
And I don't know if they actually fired rubber bullets or not.
Yeah, I heard about
I heard
bullets were fired. No students were hit.
Well, I've heard conflicting sources saying whether or not they fired rubber bullets or not. But either way,
you can hear the pop on the rubber bullet guns, but nobody was reported hits. I've seen two of those videos.
You say that, but I cannot confirm or deny that. I'm saying that right now.
Okay.
And I gotta say, as someone who's been a victim of a school shooting, that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine coming out of your classroom to tear gas being fired by the authorities in this case.
Yeah, it's just everything is just so freaking extreme. Like, seriously? Like, I just don't get it.
In all honesty, I don't get either. I mean, why? One, if you're going after criminals, why are you going into a school?
Yeah.
The smoke shop I always go to, there's this Palestinian woman who works there with her brother. And we were briefly talking the other day, and she said, I feel safer back home than I do here now. I'm like, holy fucking shit. She's Palestinian, and she feels safer back home?
Yeah.
Well, Mrs. Vile has said that she feels safer in Tijuana than she does in San Diego right now. And remember, there was a time where Tijuana was the murder capital of the world.
I know. Yeah,
well,
this is a Palestinian woman who feels safer back home.
There's absolutely nothing that could make me want to go to the States right now.
And as a San Diegan, our economy relies on tourism. It's no wonder that our government, our city government is trying to, put parking meters everywhere. So even, city residents and state residents have to pay, to park and go to the fucking beaches now because they're losing revenue from tourism.
Yeah, open.
I mean, and it's all well and good. I know there was ads about, like, hey, we're not one of the crazy states and kind of thing. But you know what? We all have to go through regular border control. And I mean, there's no guarantee that you're not going to end up in like a holding cell for 3 months. Just because.
Every time I cross the border, I'm sometimes worried that I'll get detained.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a passport. I can't get a passport.
Yeah.
I can't get a passport because of a stupid thing regarding child support that is not even, hasn't been enforced for, almost 4 years now.
Yeah.
But I'm literally not allowed to get a passport.
Yeah.
So it's like, I couldn't even flee my own country if I wanted to.
Right.
And I couldn't get the document. Like if ICE wanted documentation and they say they'll accept a passport, I'm not allowed to get that. How do I prove I'm a U.S. citizen? Well, I've got an ID. Well, they don't accept state IDs or real IDs. They've made that clear.
Yeah. I guess you'd have to have your birth certificate or something.
They don't accept that either. They said the only thing they're accepting are passports.
That's to prove that you're a citizen?
Yeah.
How does your How does your birth certificate not prove that you're a citizen?
Because they could be faked.
Oh my God. Well, so could passports.
But that's one of the issues that we've been facing is, like one of my daughters was born on a reservation.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have a U.S. birth certificate. So even if she showed that, would they accept Indian passport or Indian birth certificate? Apparently they're not, because people with tribal IDs have been arrested and deported.
Craziness.
So I get like incredible. Like, I hear that they're going after a high school. I got 2 high school age daughters and one son in elementary school.
I don't know.
I still want to know how these high schoolers are the worst of the worst.
I mean, at least we can all feel assured that Stephen Miller will end up, burning in hell at some point.
Nosferatu?
Well,
sorry, albino Nosferatu?
All right, if we're going to change subject over to that, I have to ask, why the hell, if we're so concerned about Venezuela and we're going to put Stephen Miller in charge of the country, why are we not just handing it over to, what's her name? I can't remember offhand, but the Nobel Prize winner, who apparently is the, who the United States government said was the rightful elected leader.
That would be because your petty bitch in chief is mad that she won the Nobel Peace Prize and not him.
He said, quote, she does not have the support of the people, unquote.
Even though she was elected, or she got more votes.
Because your commander in chief is a petty bitch. That is entirely why.
I believe that, but
also he probably
I can't
think he's as malleable as the woman he did put in charge.
And here's the other thing. If he keeps saying we're going to be selling their oil, and he had that meeting with the oil executives, all of them said, we have no intention of selling Venezuelan oil because they don't currently have the infrastructure needed to do it on a scale that will turn us a profit.
Well, and it isn't even that. There's like international law that prevents it. And I mean, for all Trump's like bluster, those companies don't have the kind of immunity that he would have.
True.
If they do shitty stuff, like they're not only operating in the US, they're operating in other countries. And if they go along with this shit, all those countries are going to start being a lot less friendly towards them. So they're not, they don't want to piss off the US, but they also don't want to piss off any of the other places.
Now, originally, Chevron did invest heavily into Venezuela when Maduro got elected properly the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And they've basically said, from what I understand, they want to sell off the assets that were supposed to go to them that Maduro nationalized in order to recoup the money they lost. But again, they have no intention of drilling in Venezuela. They have no intention of selling the actual oil. They just want to sell off the assets that they built originally.
Well, apparently the only companies that are interested in are more of the like smaller cowboy outfits. But I mean, as soon as they go in there and then they start having to deal with the amount of security they're going to need, and like their workers start getting kidnapped and killed and shit like that, that's like way too volatile to even like want to do it. Like
Dandelion, I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not, but Trump made this statement about Venezuelan oil. He says the money that comes from the oil will go directly to him. He will decide who gets the money. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And after that, Halliburton is basically saying, why left Venezuela? Because they were forced out by Trump sanctions in 2019.
Yeah.
They don't even want to go back.
No, they're smart.
And the other thing, Venezuela is part of OPEC.
Yeah.
Which means all they have to do to further disenfranchise, the American oil industry is flood the market with cheap oil.
Yeah. Nobody actually, the oil is already pretty cheap right now.
Right now, it's very cheap right now. And that's because
there's no incentive to like I mean, gas is even fairly cheap here. I mean, not as cheap as it's been in my lifetime, but it's certainly, you know.
I literally just paid $3 a gallon in San Diego for gas.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to think about that, hold on. If you want to think about that, our taxes are some of the highest taxes in the state of California, which has the highest taxes in the country, and I paid $3 a gallon.
Yeah, I know. I mean, ours. What did I pay? I paid like maybe like $1.30 a liter, which here is like amazing. Usually, we've been up at like $1.60 to over $2 a liter for a while. So, I mean, it's pretty cheap right now for sure.
Did you guys hear the statement or read about the latest statement on Venezuelan oil that Trump made this morning?
No.
No, unfortunately, I was doing too much with my live streams to pay attention to any news.
Yeah.
Well, he said, quote, Cuba lived for many years on large amounts of oil and money from Venezuela. In return, Cuba provided security services for the last two Venezuelan dictators, but not anymore. Most of the Cubans are dead from last week's USA attack, and Venezuela doesn't need protection anymore from thugs and extortionists who held them hostage for so many years. Venezuela now has the United States of America, the most powerful military in the world, by far. To protect them, and protect them we will. There will be no more oil or money going to Cuba. Zero. I strongly suggest they make a deal before it's too late. Thank you for this attention to this matter, President DJC.
Yeah, well, that was one of the things that they said was that Rubio wanted to destabilize Cuba. But
yes,
destabilizing a country that's like within like dinghy distance of your shore is probably not the smartest thing ever. Because you're going to get
54 miles as well.
Florida is going to get flooded with refugees if they like. It doesn't make any sense to like destabilize shit the way they have. It's just like, again, it's all about petty grievances and like, long-standing desires to like initiate this change or that change and shit like that. Did you check out that link I sent you to that one commentary on fucking the Republic, UNFTR?
I honestly haven't. I'm so sorry about that. I ended up following them on Facebook, but I haven't had a chance to really. I am so far behind on some of my podcasts. It's not even funny.
The only reason I keep up with some of this shit is because I listen to it while I'm working, right?
Yeah, like same here.
Work and I listen to some shit while I'm like working, and that's the only reason I keep up with anything.
One of the issues is trying to listen to anything political while I'm working tends to get me some strange looks.
Oh yeah, see, I just have a headphone in. Like I'm
not allowed. We're not supposed to use headphones when we're working.
You can't use just one?
No, we're not supposed to. I do on occasion, but sometimes I'll just have it playing on the speakerphone.
Right.
And like, I literally had a guy ask me like, "Oh, do you have this book by Eric Trump?" And then he hears, from my phone, the people on my phone saying, "Well, fuck Trump."
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, okay, maybe you're not the right person to ask. I'm like, oh no, it's fine. Let me help you out. The book was here. It got pulled because of poor sales.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, that was fast. I'm like, yeah, political books get pulled really fast. Which is funny because like some of the, I say women's smut books.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those have been on the shelves for years because they sell well.
Mm.
Whereas political books, they'll be on for a month and then they're pulled.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who the politician is, whether it's Kamala Harris, Trump supporter, or Joe Biden or Hillary Clinton, all those books get pulled really fast.
Yep. Not entirely surprising.
Well, the funniest part is those books are the ones that I have the most fun with when it comes to like seeing what people do to them, because both sides do the same thing. They'll like if it's Kamala Harris had a book not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Trump supporters would take that book and they would hide it behind a Trump book.
Oh, geez.
And then a Kamala Harris supporter would come by and they'd do the same thing. They'd pull the Trump book aside, put the Kamala Harris book in front of it. It was kind of like, really, guys, just leave the books there.
Yeah.
All you're doing is fucking up my pictures.
Stop being so petty, people.
But yeah, and being the person that packs them out, people seem to think that just because I'm putting a book on the shelf means I support that cause, and it's like, no, I don't.
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's just a job. Sometimes
Hey,
it's a job.
the State Department in Venezuela told U.S. citizens to leave the country, quote unquote, immediately.
Mm.
Say that again?
The U.S. Embassy in Caracas. U.S. citizens of Venezuela should leave the country immediately. There are reports of ground-armed militias known as collectivos setting up roadblocks and searching vehicles for evidence of U.S. citizenship or support of the United States.
Oh, and speaking of, the Venezuela stuff, when we went down and actually got Maduro, remember one of the things I was complaining about was the lack of transparency for the death toll? Because they literally, according to the government at the time, they'd only confirmed one Venezuelan death.
80 or 90 people?
As of right now, the total amount is about 170 people were killed.
Yeah.
And that strange weapon that's reported been used.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about that?
I want to ask, because this was supposed to be an FBI-led arrest supported by the U.S. military. I want you to imagine if that happened in the United States.
Yeah.
Now, would you assume that the arrest of anyone in the U.S. warrants 170 civilian deaths? Would you call that successful at all?
No, but these aren't humans. These aren't actual people.
You mean the Venezuelans?
Yeah, that's what Stephen Miller says.
Oh, yeah.
They're not real people. They're not humans. They're other
I can't confirm that he's actually said that. Whether he believes it or not, I would probably imply that he does.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's actually said that out loud.
No, probably not. But ugh.
So
I can verify that right now if you want. Let's see. No, there's no kind of evidence Stephen Miller said Venezuelans are not human.
It's implicated from his general beliefs about, brown people.
Well, things he's said off the record that can't be confirmed, other than by people saying, "Oh yeah, that was said."
Yeah.
Kind of like some of the stuff that I've when I argued with NB about Trump being a racist. It's like, well, he said that he doesn't like black people. Here's the quote from a black person he said it to. Well, that's just a lie.
Mm-hmm.
You can't confirm that he said that. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people saying they all heard it, but because it wasn't on record, it doesn't count.
Like the number of people who, accused him of inappropriate sexual advances and stuff like that.
Which last count that I saw was around 26.
Yeah, it's like, ugh.
And going back all the way to 1982. So before I was even born. So it's like, were they lying in 1982 as well? Were they lying in 86, 87, 89?
Yeah, in anticipation of this. Yeah.
Yeah.
That. Yeah. Ugh.
To me, it's like, I'll be honest for a second. When I was going through my custody battle with Caddy, her mom accused me of some massive things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Saying, I did things that I obviously didn't, but I had no evidence to say I didn't.
Right.
Now, I can tell you from, having that happen to me, having someone lie and say that you did stuff is, detrimental.
Yes.
But if you look at the circumstances of why she said it, at the time, she was literally, we're going through a custody battle where she had left me for my employer, whom she was cheating on me with, saying that, oh yeah, he also did these awful things. And you look and it's like, okay, you can understand that maybe some of that stuff might be true, but if someone else says it, it might be true. But of course, no one else has said anything similar in over 20 years. Now let's take somebody else who said, their ex-wife said that they did evil things. Then their next ex-wife said they did evil things. Then their other girlfriend said he did evil things.
Mhm.
There suddenly becomes a pattern.
Yeah.
And if there's a pattern, there's only so many times, like once is a happenstance, twice is a coincidence, 3 times is a rule.
Yeah.
And, if someone ever wanted to say, oh, well, you must be a rapist too because someone accused you of rape once. Well, you could absolutely say that, and I would defend myself as I could. But all I can say is it's only happened once, and it was under, at least the claims were made under dubious circumstances. None of the 80s claims were done under dubious circumstances. He was not even that famous in the 80s as much as he was in the 90s or the aughts.
Yeah. I mean, his own words, grabbing him by the pussy and shit like that. Like, he's always just been so glib about that kind of thing. I mean, so even if that was just like, oh, he was just talking the big talk, it's not something you would just say, right? Unless you had a fairly like blasé regard for that kind of thing.
And I get the locker room talk thing, okay? It's a guy bragging about the things that he can do. But the thing is, he's still bragging about the things he can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I've had the conversations where it's a bunch of guys and we're talking about the different girls we've slept with or women we slept with in the past, right?
Yep.
But if one guy says, oh yeah, well, I got to have sex with so-and-so, all I had to do was put this drug in her drink and she let me do whatever I wanted to her.
Yeah.
That is a huge fucking red flag.
There's a line.
Wait,
yeah.
Did she request it?
Well, remember,
there are people who will.
Well, remember during the E. Jean Carroll deposition that Trump did, he basically said, "Oh yeah, she wanted me to rape her." I'm paraphrasing what he said.
They had that. Remember they had that recently displayed in Gen V season 1, I believe. Remember that? Did you watch season 1?
No, I haven't watched Gen V yet. I need to.
Oh, so the very smart girl, right? There's this one of them. She's really super smart, and she gets Aqua Boy to lobotomize her in order to have sex. So he literally had to stick a drill up her like eye socket or whatever the hell it was to lobotomize her just to take advantage of her. But she wanted it. She asked for it.
But
I know, weird, but yeah, it was a strange scene. Yeah, definitely.
Well, getting back to the pre-politics.
But
Danley, did you know that BioMike and myself can technically be legally charged for domestic terrorism?
That's super.
Yeah.
Sorry, LDG. I had to mute myself because I went through a coughing fit. Because still got bronchitis. And that wasn't Generation V. That was The Boys.
That was in The Boys. Okay, my bad. I got confused. I knew something was off. Okay.
But she was asking for it only because the only way she could enjoy having sex with anybody was because she was too smart to want it otherwise.
Oh yeah, I mean, the principles.
Especially someone as disgusting as he was, in her own words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a solution to that. Just don't have sex with them. Ugh.
Well, sometimes you just want to have sex, I guess.
You could just.
Well, I wanted to explain to Dandelion and Fluff why BioMike and I can technically be charged for domestic terrorism.
Go ahead.
Okay, because of Trump's NSPM 7, that is his National Security Presidential Memorandum. It basically states that anybody who organization or group of entities be identified by the following indicators of violence: anti-American, anti-capitalism, anti-Christianity, support for the overthrow of the U.S. government, extremism on migration, extremism on race, extremism on gender, hostility toward traditional American views on family, hostility towards those who hold traditional American views on religion, and hostility toward those who hold traditional American views on morality. Yes, based on those definitions, Val, Mike, and I can technically be charged with domestic terrorism.
So basically, not only am I a race traitor, I'm a domestic terrorist. According to
the Trump, NSPM7.
According to certain Trump supporters and that statement.
So I think we're heading into, I don't think that means what you think it means, territory with Trump there.
I tried looking at the footage real quick. And of course, I didn't look at like all the footage. I just did it quickly.
Sorry, footage from what? You got to be more specific, dude.
I'm getting there. Dear Lord, my road turns like loops. Anyway, I'm looking at the footage of what's her name getting shot in the face, right?
Yep, Renee Good.
Earlier offline that I was like, he had his phone and that it kind of looked like he wasn't really documenting. He was trying to do his own personal TikTok or revenge anti-Karen recording or whatever, because he wasn't really objectively recording. He was distracted recording. If you look at the way he was recording, that's not objective recording. Like if he's an officer really recording, he would have done a number of things. The procedure follows. Call things out, call out the car, call out the actually say the tag number, actually document. He was up close. He was more doing the TikTok than he was documenting.
I said that during the pre-show politics stream. So,
and that I wonder if because he was so adamant, right? He was so like his camera. He had to be looking at his screen to get that camera shot, I think. And I was looking to see if I could see it at the time. Was he looking at his phone when the car moved, or was he looking down the scope of his gun?
Well,
if he was looking at his phone and not looking at the actual person.
In any case, it still doesn't really justify. Nothing justifies summary execution. So.
Oh no, forget the execution. I'm just talking about liability and training. Like I said, as far as the guy is concerned, I don't. The guy was following orders. I want the people who are in charge, we spend millions of dollars for training, to fix the training.
Oh, I agree with you there, LDJ. I think anyone who, I would say that the people in charge need to be held accountable for the actions of those underneath them.
You shouldn't be holding a cell phone while you're holding a gun. I mean, I can't believe I can even think that people would be like, well, that doesn't mean anything. Really? You want someone holding a cell phone distracted while they have a gun in the other hand?
He didn't even fucking drop the cell phone.
Yeah, he should have dropped it exactly immediately. If he was so in danger,
he pulled his gun. He didn't have his gun out the whole time. He pulled the gun out. If you look at the video taken
and
from
switched hands
from the
video,
from the sidewalk, you can see he pulls the gun out. He never dropped the cell phone.
All I can say is if I ever get, if I get pulled over by a cop now, like what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to assume now that if I don't do everything he says, I deserve to be shot?
And I think his little, like I said, he was playing Black Ops. Like his little comment at the end shows intent.
Yeah, absolutely.
That shows intent. That when he called her a bitch after, like she's still alive. Like he didn't just do anything. Like the car is just gonna like blow up in Grand Theft. No one's gonna get hurt.
and speaking of the fact that she may have been still alive after the shooting, when there's a physician on, right there, and they prevented him from giving care. To me, that was a gross dereliction as well.
I need to say something about that. There is no firearm evidence the guy was an EMT or physician. Witnesses stated that at the same time the guy was shouting, they were telling them to let the ambulance through. ICE was preventing the ambulance from coming through, period. I just want to let you
Hold
guys know
on,
that,
no,
okay?
Elihu, the ambulance hadn't even been called yet. Remember, they had the shots. The car the car continues to move forward, runs into the other vehicle. This guy starts shouting, then, I'm a physician. They
Okay.
hadn't even dispatched an ambulance yet.
Because I heard people were shouting to the agents, let the ambulance through.
Yeah, they had done that later on. That was almost 15 minutes later.
Yeah,
Oh,
they had
shit.
because he says
So-
to the physician that EMT has been called. But
No, he
yeah,
says we have our own EMTs.
We have our own EMTs. Yeah.
But the thing is, there was one that I don't think the ICE has EMTs.
It doesn't even
as
matter.
part of the-
Like,
you know.
he should have. If he was a real physician, he should have freaking forced his way through and risked getting arrested.
and get
Well,
shot.
he just literally
Yes,
saw someone get shot.
Unfortunately,
I don't think.
that's how they gotta learn, dude.
Well-
No. I'm sorry. Let's pull this back. If you're a physician, you sign that whole do not no harm oath that you have a fucking oath
Hippocratic
for.
oath.
Yeah,
Well,
you gotta.
there
Now, if
is
you're
that,
not that,
LDG. Hold on, LDG.
not
There
that,
is
then-
that, but you don't put yourself in danger to do it as well.
Yeah.
That's what EMTs do. I thought.
Yeah, but if the police are actually threatening to like shoot you, you're probably
Yeah.
not gonna do it. I wouldn't.
I've seen cops threaten firefighters. It doesn't stop the firefighters.
That's because they're technically on the same team.
Well, the one day they arrested him. They arrested the firefighter guy, but they didn't stop. They kept going.
I've never seen anything like that. You'd have to.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, there was a
I think
story
that's
where
one
he-
of the things where I think they physically restrained him.
Yeah, they physically restrained the firefighter, not actually arrested
No,
him.
no, the physician guy.
To me, that
Oh,
sounds
that's
like
the
something that was
firefighter.
on Nashville 911 or something.
Yeah, because he parked a certain way, and the cop wanted him to move, even though they had everything taken care of, and he didn't move. So they arrested him. And there was another one where an ambulance driver got arrested trying to do his duty. That's what you do, man. You like, if you have an oath, you owe your oath. There is no freaking I thought I saw somebody. If we're gonna sit here and say somebody, thought their life was threatened, so they shot somebody in the face, then we better be talking about people who have oaths to freaking say, I risked getting shot in the face, but I withstood my oath. I mean, that's the whole flipping point.
No, I'm not going to question that doctor for not.
Yeah,
forcing his
not-
way over.
Especially
You
a
really think
doctor
he
is
was gonna
not
get
someone who's.
shot?
Hold on, no,
He
LDG.
was not in a car.
A regular doctor is not going to be familiar with the situation being put when you literally see people who claim to be peace officers shoot a civilian in front of you and then threaten you with being shot if you try to help that civilian.
And why didn't he shut his mouth then?
Because he was trying to save the person's life. He was still
He wanted
saying he was.
to
It was so
persuade them to let him
Why
go
did he-
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. You're absolutely blaming the wrong person there.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to spread blame around. Everybody wants to. I
No.
don't care, actually. Like I
No.
said, I don't care as
No.
far as individuals are concerned. But if people want to talk about, equal opportunity blaming, I mean, yeah, okay, he's low on the totem pole, but he definitely was part of the game. He's part of the equation, and maybe he could have actually saved her life. Maybe not, but you gotta call it out how you see it. And now, then you find out if maybe he lied. Maybe he wasn't even a physician. He was just doing it because he knew they were going to say no, and he wanted to make it look worse on the camera. Guy might have not even been a physician.
Okay, well, let's put it like for me, LDG. I am a certified lifeguard. I've been trained in CPR and emergency procedures through the California state government. Now, I'm not an EMT, but if I see somebody choking or needing help, can I tell them, "Oh, I'm trained. Now let me go help this person if I can"? I might be making the thing worse. I don't know. I'm not a full EMT. I'm not a full doctor.
You don't open your
But
mouth.
I do know enough to help
Good job.
under certain circumstances.
Yeah, dude. They
Should
have
I?
the-
If I had
they-
been there, would you say, "Oh yeah, go there and help, risk getting shot"?
I do believe that all the officers should go through the minimal training you went through, so they should already have that.
All
training.
officers get basic CPR first aid training.
No, they don't.
yeah,
not anymore.
They do
They
here.
should. They definitely should.
It's mandatory here.
There shouldn't be a you. The person you're describing shouldn't exist because they should have that training already. Talking
Yeah,
about
but they also weren't interested. It looked like to even try to save her. They didn't. They were trying to have people
No, I
avoid
mean,
going
if
to
you
the
look at
car.
it- If you look at
They
it,
didn't want people to
I'm
see
not
the
an
scene.
officer, but I'd like to know what I would like to know. You know what? Matter of fact, what's his name? Forgive me. What's his name? He's an officer. I can't think of him. I have his name at the tip of my tongue. I just can't say it.
I don't know.
He's with Chris. He's the officer.
Danny?
Danny.
Danny.
Graham?
Yeah, I would like to see Danny's opinion about the professionalness of that stop as a whole.
Well,
Because
if you
there was
want,
there was
if you
no
have his
organization to it.
Twitter information, add him to the CNA stream chat. See if he ever wants to
because so
chime
many
in with
things
his
done wrong.
expertise. Because I would love
Well,
to have
you know
experts.
what? He will probably be on Onzo's stream on Wednesday, and you could go there and ask him then.
Yeah, the OCC.
Because I'm guessing OCC will probably be discussing this on Wednesday.
Well, I'll probably be there on Chris's channel, but I'll check Hanzo's and set in a thing.
Might be able to get him to come by for a second. Come next week on your show. Continue.
That'd be great, and I can do a community offensive stream whenever.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't always have to be politics or complaining about shit. It could be nerdy shit sometimes too.
Yep. Anyway,
Um,
guys, I think I'm going to
Arthur.
go. I really do need to try and. Oh God, it's raining so much today. We're having a stupid atmospheric river, and I'm trying to wait for like a little break in the rain again, so I can go out and take a walk.
Oh, it's sunny and bright here.
Oh God, it's like just well, it's that heavy drizzle we get here. It just like it's not like a super heavy rain, but it probably will be before long because I looked at the radar and it looks miserable. But I still need to try and get some steps.
Like I don't know if you can see, but yeah, there's not a cloud in the sky behind me.
Yeah, well, you're in California. I wouldn't expect it to be. I'm
Hey,
in the Vancouver area. It rains here all winter. We had a beautiful day yesterday, which is why I think I had so many eggs. But today,
All right,
everybody's hiding inside their coops.
California is officially the only state that is drought free.
Is it officially what free?
Drought free.
No, I don't think so.
I saw the map.
I've seen the Padre Dam water levels. We're still going through a drought here in San Diego.
Hmm.
God, every time I drive, every time I drive past the dam over in Lakeside off the 67, you can see it's like 20 feet of less water that there used to be because you can see the discoloration on the rocks.
All right, guys, I'm going to boogie. This
All
was
right, later.
really good to vent.
You like the
Hear
nightlife?
everyone's
You
views,
like the boogie?
except for one person's views who's not here, which doesn't bother me. So,
Well, I'm not going to say no to dissent or dissenting opinions.
no, but they should be informed opinions.
My issue was the whole, you hate your own race type thing. That comment
for sure
struck a nerve with me.
Yep, I hear you.
Because you would not say, someone who isn't racist doesn't say that type of stuff.
Yeah, I know. I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind dissenting opinions, but I would like them at least to be informed as opposed to I don't care or I haven't heard about that. Like if you aren't like at all, if you haven't done any like, if you don't know anything about it, like why bother? But anyway.
All right.
Leaving verifiable facts are right in front
Hopefully
of you.
I'll see you tonight.
Yeah,
on Chris's thing.
can someone text me what the theme is again? I have.
Okay, Star Trek ranks.
Okay.
So ensign, lieutenant commander, lieutenant junior grade, commander, captain, admiral, or if you want to go.
No. Only Eagle's the admiral.
No gods. I don't know. If
No,
I can support this.
and then if you want to be even more esoteric, you can go for the chief petty officer, master chief, that kind of stuff, because that's also Star Trek.
All right.
And Mrs. Vile is telling you to have fun.
Hola, Mr.
Thank
Cardenas.
you, Mrs. Vile. I'll enjoy some rain for everybody who's not getting rain. All right, guys. Catch you later.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, LDG, since you're here, I can tell you about Project Prometheus.
Okay, it'll be the last thing we talk about. I don't. This stream doesn't need to go on forever. So go ahead and bring up that, and then unless someone else wants to bring up something political in nature, either in the chat or come up on the stream, let me know. But this Project Prometheus thing will be the last thing.
What are you talking
unless
about?
that happens.
Well, a new AI platform called Project Prometheus is being rolled out later this year, led by Jeff Bezos.
Oh yeah. I heard about that.
So isn't that what you were trying to do?
I can neither confirm or deny that I have anything to do with that, and just gonna have to see. But as far as what I'm doing, I'm getting close to something here.
I thought that's what you were trying to do, man.
Well, did you decide to trademark Project Prometheus before you
No, I
started
didn't
talking about it?
trademark it. I got it. I have it documented, but not trademarked specifically.
Because I'm actually trying to trademark certain things right now, and
It's just
God,
a project name.
trying to
I ain't got
trademark
no-
stuff is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but if people know what it is, and I guess that doesn't matter as long as people know it's Project Prometheus. But I mean, I could easily get another name. No big deal. It's the name of the project, not the name of the final product.
It's
You know
called
what I mean?
Project Prometheus.
I think
But
it'd be
it
really
is-
funny
wow.
if you hold on. I think it'd be really funny if you just called it Project Frankenstein, because the other title of Frankenstein is Prometheus Unbound.
Yeah.
And Frankenstein
know.
is in the public domain, so
Frankenstein's monster.
all right. Anything else we need to bring up, or are we
Yes.
done venting?
It's pronounced Frankenstein.
If I could slap you, Elihu, I would. All
I'm too
right.
busy rolling in the hay, rolling in the hay.
All right. If you're not subscribed to Chris at the Real Review 3000, go do so, because we're going to play some games tonight. Other than that,
Yes,
I think we're done
Can I-
venting, because needed to get some of that stuff said.
yes, because tonight's stream is sponsored by SD Game Swap.
No, this is a political thing. I'm not. It's not sponsored. I don't.
That's
I
why
only
said-
do the sponsorships.
I just mentioned that it's sponsored by SD Game Swap, not this stream.
Oh, not this stream. My own
Dude,
stream is not.
listen.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, my stream is not sponsored by my company. My company is sponsoring Chris's stream, which I pay him a whopping $0 a month for.
Yeah, listen, man. Come on. You're turning
All
into what's his name?
All right. Later, folks. I will see you next week or later tonight,
All right,
depending.
guys. Thanks again. Later.
Later, weirdos.